Wow. And then lights on.
After our 3 days in Kandy, we were off to Dambulla, and our first stop was Dambulla Caves. These are up a huge set of steps, unfortunately, and it was burning hot, so we were a hot mess within about 5 minutes. We did get our first view of Sigiriya out in the distance from halfway up the steps. The Dambulla Caves are actually a series of caves that have been turned into Buddhist temples, and they're even free to see unless you had a guide. We opted for no guide. They do make you take your shoes off, which sucks because the rocks are so burning hot, and we all got burnt feet except Dana actually ended up leaving her socks on. Clever girl. We were sharing the caves with some bats, which were kind of flying all over the place, and we're dodging them. Made it kind of fun. There's a bunch of monkeys there that look exactly like Jim Carrey and Dumb and Dumber, and even these guys were overheated. Most of them were sticking to the water to cool down. Right by the caves there is a giant golden Buddha, so of course we had to walk down the steps and check that out as well. You can get into a museum there, but again we're cheap and dodged the entrance fee. On our first night we went on this little 5-minute drive near the place we were staying to this huge rock that seemed like it was just an old bit of lava flow, and watched the sunset from up there. We weren't the only ones watching the sunset from up there. There was also a sweet turtle. The view at the spot was so good that we ended up coming back the next night. The next day we were off on tuk-tuk to Sigiriya. So we had a tuk-tuk journey around the area and got to see some of the local sites. And then usually people climb up Sigiriya, but we had a pregnant woman in tow, so we weren't going to attempt it in that heat. Instead we just toured the area and checked it out from probably every viewpoint possible, skipping the climb and also the big entry fees. It's about $30 per person to get into Sigiriya, so it's pretty expensive. And around the area there's also a bunch of other sites, apparently wasps, and we toured around checking them out as well. Some usually all like Buddhist sites that we were looking at. Best thing about Dambulla was the place we stayed at, which was Seven Rich Holiday Resort. Look it up if you go there, and there's a link in the description below. And on our final night in Dambulla we had this huge storm with lightning and thunder where the power cut out with every big flash of lightning. And throughout the whole storm this poor guy working there was actually standing in ankle deep water with a bunch of electronics being plugged in right there, holding the breaker and flicking it back every single time to get the power back. Not exactly safe. And that was Dambulla. Next up we had a tour of the tea plantation region of Sri Lanka, Nuwara, Elaya and Alla.